Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
Good evening, everyone. What's up? Welcome to the Coco McMillan Show, where we make it happen. I am so excited to be with you this evening. This is the great day. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I am so happy and excited for you today. You are joining me, this Coco McMillan Show, where we bring in musicians, artists, recording artists, business owners, social media gurus, mental health awareness to be a part of this show. The show allows the guests the opportunity to come on and discuss their career goals, their product, their challenges, new opportunities, as well as awareness. So listen, if you want to be a part of this show, please make sure you reach out to me. Contact me at cocomacmillanmusic@gmail.com, or you can reach me on any of the social media platforms. I am here for you. We will make it happen. We want you to bring your experience, your knowledge to the show. We believe in sharing and promoting your journey. Because in life, millions of souls can be blessed just by your testimony. So we are just excited about it. If you want to be a part of it, please let me know. We are here live on the IBM network, on Facebook, YouTube, Roku, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. There's many ways to watch the show. And you can go back to my pages, the Sean Coco McMillan or the Coco McMillan fan page, and watch the previous broadcasts. We've had some amazing guests on the show this year. Just last week, we had Stacey Lattisaw. We've had Kim Person, Marshetta Parker. We've had Norman Hutchins. We're going to talk about that just a little later. We sent out condolences to the family. It was just such a shock and a very a big loss to the gospel music entertainment world. So we're definitely going to miss him. We're going to talk about him just a little later. But listen, we have some guests on the show tonight for you. I hope you are ready. Please let me know that you are here and you are watching. Let me know where you're watching from, because listen, you don't want to miss this tonight. I got three of the best artists ever tonight. We got Kenny Lewis, we got Gene Hopkins, we got Marcus Sammy Anderson. It can't get any better than that. All right. So listen, I'm gonna give you a few minutes to go ahead and let somebody know. Let's call somebody, ping them, let them know that you are about to spend the next hour with your girl Coco, and she got the best of the best, the GOATs, all of that on the show tonight. It's amazing how God just put everybody in place, and I got all of them with me tonight. I feel so honored. I feel so honored. So listen, let me know where you're watching from. Michelle Cook, I see you out there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to just go ahead and jump in and get into it. So if you miss it, that's going to be on you. But I'm telling you, you want to be here to listen to this next guest that I have on here tonight. Number one record, all right? Number one record. I'm talking about my boy, Kenny Lewis. He's been on the show before, but listen, God is really using him, the anointing on his life, and not only what he's doing for him, but for others. You know, what he's doing in other people's life is just so amazing. And I'm just so grateful that, you know, I have an opportunity to talk to him and to be in his presence. It is the one and only Mr. Kenny Lewis, one voice. I mean, I'm sure you all heard his music. He is such an amazing artist, a producer, and friend, family. He worked on the Healing Project. It's been taken by the nation by storm. The lead single, the virtual sensation called Its Name, featuring Kim Burrell, based out of Chicago. He founded the group One Voice in 1999. 25 years later, somebody say 25. All right, he's still doing his thing. And check this out. I just got word, guys, that he is also nominated for the Artist of the Year, Stellar Awards, Album of the Year, Stellar Awards, Traditional Male Artist of the Year, also Traditional Album of the Year. Look at God. Won't he do it, Kenny? Yes, he will. But listen, before he come on, I want to play just a little bit of his latest single, God Did It. How many of you know God did it? Go ahead and put your hands up because he did it. So check out Mr. Kenny Lewis.
Come on, everybody, clap on. It's time to go to church. Everybody, let's go. It's time to go to church. God keeps on making a way. Yeah, God keeps. Yes, sir. Did God? Did he make a way? Did he make a way for you?
Oh, sorry. Don't laugh, Kitty. Don't laugh.
Ah.
This is wait for you. I'm like, really? That note.
You are hilarious. How are you?
Good. Oh,
So good to
good.
see you.
Good to see you, Kitty, man. You just keep us going, man. You're keeping us going. We love what you're doing. I am just so excited for you. How you feel, Kenny?
I feel good. I feel good. We've been on the road the last couple of weekends, so thankfully I have one weekend off this weekend.
Good.
But as you forestated, the nominations did come out earlier today, and we're just ecstatic and appreciative of what God is doing.
Did you give God about 30 seconds?
I just lifted my hand and say, "Thank you, Lord. What's best, whatever's for my life, God, I trust you with it." He's always shown himself faithful
Yeah.
to us, and we've been at this thing a long time. Um, Believe it or not, I've had various nominations. I've never had nominations on the bigger stage. It was always done like during a pre-show or something to that effect. But for Artist of the Year, um, it's just amazing. All the nominations, all four, it's just amazing. We're thankful. I'm grateful that people embrace my music. You just play God did it, and early on in my career, I would always target certain audiences that I wanted to target with my music instead of being true to myself. And
Right.
I like quartet. I like church music. I love praise and worship. I love urban and dance around movement. So I said, God, I want my target audience to be everyone,
Yeah.
and people have embraced it, no matter what style we drop as a single. And my heart is glad.
Yes, and it's just so amazing because even as I said earlier, not only you, but the people lives that you touch, the artists that you bring on the stage, the choir, you're touching everyone. What gave you that idea to just start bringing different artists on the stage to collaborate with you?
Yeah, well, I saw urban music doing it. The rappers and all them, they always collab. And so when I like somebody, it doesn't have to be a big name. Kim Burrell's the Cardi Cortez just happen to be two of my favorite singers ever.
Yeah,
Paul Porter, everybody knows I love quartet as well. He's always been my favorite uh vocalist as far as quartet. So bringing him in on this one as well. Um, and so if they consent to do it, I just start tailoring the song towards what I feel will showcase them the best, the choir, the musicality, and the message of the song. So I've been blessed that as of yet, no one has told me no, and the collaborations have worked out.
yes. So Kitty, how have you evolved as an artist, and as a personal throughout your career? Are there any specific experiences that shaped you?
Yeah, well, you're looking at somebody who is divorced. Mom and dad is gone. All four grandparents on each side is gone. I'm the oldest of three. Everything I'm part of, I'm over. So I have to be that encourager, that one that's always supportive, the one everyone looks to. So I've been through some things um, throughout my lifetime, and early on in my career, it was, Kenny. Not many people knew that I write, but they saw me in front as directing. So I've kind of evolved into the writer, the producer role, which is what I love to do.
Yeah.
So that's the evolution of Kenny Lewis, as a writer and a producer. People are starting to, I guess, respect me in that aspect, and I definitely appreciate it.
I love that. So can you share like a standout moment for you in your career that had a profound impact on you and your music?
Yeah. Well, there are two. One, we did a small tour in Canada, And I will never forget it, to be in Toronto and everybody. I have never been in the same place where everybody is of one mind and they're just ready to receive. So they're just going to stand on their feet for 45 minutes of your set and just sing along. So that's one thing. The other thing, which is very odd, we were in Arkansas last week with Norma Hutchins, Bree, and some other. Yep. Yeah, we were with him at Friday, and he passed on the following Thursday. So that was his last gig. We were in Little Rock, Arkansas. And the most gratifying thing it's odd you asked me that. I told my singers, when you can start singing a song or the intro starts and the people already know the song, that is one moment that I'll never forget. That okay, it's at that place now that people are familiar with your music. They're singing it out in the audience. You just let them sing, so that lets me know that, hey, they've embraced the music. They know it. They've lived with it. It's ministered to them, and that makes it all worth it.
Yes. And so with that said, where do you think that the gospel music industry is headed to? I mean, what do you see in the next 5 years for gospel music?
Yeah, and there's been a lot. This week could have stressed anybody out with with everything that's going on. I'm the type of cat that mind my own business and just wants the best for everything, right? But I believe that I feel that people are now going to do something, not just talk about it. We run to social media so fast. That's never been in my DNA, right?
Yeah, right.
But we have to do something about it. So from what I've been told, that there are some calls being made, some meetings set up, not just with the whole BT situation, but period, because we have to put in some other avenues to sustain gospel music. Otherwise, it would just be lost. And, me, myself, I've just been blessed. God has decided to bless me to still make music that people still stream and all that. But then there are people, I'll give you an example. I got a call for the Hezekiah Choir Fest. And I did that years ago, right?
Yeah.
And I said, hey, can we just I'm not going to be able to do that, but can we just give someone else an opportunity to utilize that platform? And I feel like that was something that was never offered to me. When I have stuff, I try. Yeah, when I have stuff, I try. If I like you, I don't care if you have a name or not. So I'll use you. I'll share my platform, and I think that's what it's about. Not just interacting with the same people, but we have a whole body of creators behind us. That we can give those opportunities to, especially if we've done it a million times. And we've evolved. You know what I mean? So I think that we say we're helpers one to another, but if we don't continue to exercise that, we will lose our lineage, and in gospel music.
That is so true. Oh, you said it. You said it. And I say all the time, each one teach one. Just share. Share the love, and I see that with you a lot. And when you said that, I said, "Whoa, well, I pray he like me." He said, "If I like you, if I don't like you."
I meant the talent. Because a lot of times we want to just use people who have the bigger names. But I can count off a plethora of people that I just liked what I saw. And hey, come, I'm going to feature you on this song and provide them with a platform, and their platform expands, So those are some things that never happened for me. Or even when starting up, Ken, don't do that on stage anymore. Now, come here, let me show you the right way. That didn't happen, so I just learned from trial and error. So yeah.
Right. Oh, this is amazing. This is wonderful. And I know that, I know you have another thing that you have to get to, but I just want to see what inspired you for your single God Did It. What gave you the inspiration for this song?
Well, the first thing that, as you forestated, was Call His Name. Whole different vibe, right? I believe it was a strong message. I want to get back to calling on the name of Jesus. We call him Jehovah Jireh, El Shaddai, Alpha and Omega. But the Bible says, when you call the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run in and they are safe. When we call the name Jesus, safety shows up where we are, right? And so God did it is a testimony of me calling his name. So I can testify how many times God has done it for me. And I wanted to put it in such a space where you didn't have to be this great singer to sing it, right? You can just talk it. You can just tell your own testimony. We get to the vamp and my God did it. What did he do for you? You know, you have your own testimony. So that was the design of it. We called his name and this is a result. He did it because I called his name.
Wow. Yes. And so it's out. I mean, you guys are touring. Where's your next cities, your next stops?
I'm not sure. Week before was Little Rock, Arkansas. Last week we opened. They wanted a big opening Gospel Superfest in Baltimore, so that was absolutely amazing. We had did the Gospel Superfest before, but not to this magnitude.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was myself, Ricky Dillard, Charles Butler, Dorinda. Ernest Pugh, you know, it was so many, and it was an amazing show. But they wanted me to open up big with dancers and all that. So it's going to be incredible. I can't wait for that drop. But you can always visit us at KingLewisOneVoice.com and see where we're going to be next and what we're doing.
Yes, Kenny, thank you, man. I love you, man. I just love your spirit.
I love you.
And I love that, you are nominated for all these awards. You know, the #1 record, but your heart, I can feel your heart. You're so humble and you always helping others. And God, let me tell you, God is pleased. So you're going to continue getting blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings because of what you're giving to the kingdom. So I want to ask any final words or anything you would like to share to some of the inspiring artists and somebody's out there listening to you today.
Yeah, of course, we said our cliche, never give up, but losing is not an option. We recognize us as having success is awards. We love them, but they're not the end all be all. You know, I'm more inspired to write and produce and put out music when I see the DMs of, hey, I've been going through chemo and I've been listening to your project, The Healer. You know, I've been going through this brought me out, you know. So those are the type of things that I consider as success, right? Because the overarching goal is to reach, to help, inspire, encourage. And if we're not doing that, then we might as well pack up and get off stage.
Wow. That's so true. And I could be a testimony for that because I listen to The Healer every day for 6 weeks. I mean, every day. And I'm telling you, and it just seems like every time I heard it, God just, increased and I just got better and better and better. And I say, he don't even know how the impact this song has done to my life. And I know to millions of other people. So all I can say is just keep doing what you're doing. Let God use you. Continue to bless the people of God. We love you here, man. Much favor.
Yes, I receive it.
Atlanta in September. I'm coming to Atlanta in September, so hopefully I'll get to.
Well, I'm in Chicago.
In Chicago,
yeah.
Right. I think the last time I told you was in Atlanta, but you in Chicago. So when am I coming to the Windy City? I'll see.
We did have our album celebration in Atlanta. I think
in
that's
Atlanta,
yeah, we did.
Yeah. So, but listen, thank you so much, Kenny. We love you, man.
Yeah.
God bless
love you too.
And we're gonna be supporting you. And you see his information here at the bottom of the screen. Reach out to him. Continue to support him. Continue to love on him. God bless you, Kenny.
Bless you. Thank you, sweetheart. Be blessed.
Welcome. Woo, that was my boy, Kenny Lewis. #1 record right now in the country. So we're just so excited what God is doing in his life. And I love that he's so humble and so kind and gives everybody an opportunity, so that's what it's all about. That's kingdom business right there. That's kingdom business. So listen, Keep putting your stuff in the chat. Let me know that you're here. I see you out there. Thank you so much. Listen, I got my boy Gene is here tonight. Gene Hopkins. Oh my God, you talking about another singer? Wow. This boy voice, when you hear it, you just get chills. Okay. He's been dropping those albums, those singles. He has one that's out right now that's called Increase. I've had a pleasure working with him, singing with him, in a play with him as well. Created by Melissa Wade. He was born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina. He is here in Durham, North Carolina. His first single, Make It With Jesus, the undefeated, charted the top 15 on the Billboard. Okay, that Make It With Jesus. I hope he just give you a line of it. That was my jam right there. But listen, his album's been spinning. He's been featured on Jonathan Nelson's album, Miranda Curtis, John B. Key, so many different people. He serves on the praise and worship team for over 20 years at the River in Durham, North Carolina. As I said, he is just so anointed. He is also a professional life. He owns his own psychology practice, PLLC, located in Durham. That's Peace of Mind Psychology Services in Durham, North Carolina. His book, 50 Nuggets of Journey, wow, #1 on the self-help server on Amazon. I'm telling you, he's just having an amazing life and a future ahead of him. So listen, we're going to bring him on. But before I do, I just want to play just a little bit of Increase. Can I do that for you? Check this out.
Yeah, I'm ready for more. Every seed you sown, you will see, you will reap. Every seed you sown, let's declare it. Listen, say, I got seed, yeah, in the ground, coming out, any moment now. What I pray for, I believe it's on its way. To me, say, to me, I've got seed.
Oh. You already know, Gene, about Shell, man. Listen, So when you listening to that song, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, G?
You know, I'm gonna be honest, and you probably can really identify with this. Sometimes, like, wait, did I make that? Like, I wrote that. Like, I could do that. Like, growing up, you would hear music, and we always had desire to sing or whatnot. But when you
Yeah,
actually do it, and it's like that's better than I could have imagined. I'm usually
yeah,
like, well, that's nobody but God because I couldn't have come up with that. Like, it was Him. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for the creativity. So usually that's what I'm like, whoa.
wow. So you wrote that song. Did you?
Yeah.
How did God give it to you, man?
Yeah, it's so funny. The ongoing joke with my friend. So I write. There's only one song I probably recorded that I did not write. It was a song called "Jesus We Love You" by Bethel Music. But I really value songwriting. I really have fallen in love with it over the last couple of years because I feel like it really gives me the opportunity to share my story artistically and musically, but or maybe other people's experiences. And
Yeah,
so the ongoing joke is if you get a song from me, it's probably because either A, I've been through it, I'm going through it, or somebody around me been through it and inspired me.
right.
And honestly, increase came at a point where as a business owner, I was like, man, now wait a minute. It's feeling a little broke. I'm feeling a little broke around these parts. And I was like, God, you said in your word, you give seed to the sower. I'm a type payer. You said,
Yeah,
if I speak it, I will see it.
yeah.
I'm just, bringing God back and remembrance of his word. And I remember, again, it's so funny. All my usually come in the bathroom, like brushing my teeth. And I just heard, I've got seed in the ground coming up any moment now. That's okay. So I just was singing it on myself, and then something. The next part came. What I prayed for, I believe it's on its way to me. Right, and so I was like, "Well, that's something." So I just kept singing that part, and
Yeah.
then later, I think later that day, again, songs don't usually come that easy sometimes, but later that day I heard God's doing a new thing, and I heard, "Watch it
That part.
spring forth." Things are changing because I'm singing this over myself. Things are
Yeah.
changing. And I told myself, so prepare for more. And then I asked myself, are you ready for? And I said, open windows, open doors, time to receive increase. And I literally just sing that of myself. And I said, well, maybe we all get in those spaces where we're a little discouraged that what we're putting
Yeah.
in, we're not seeing in the output. And I said, in
Yeah.
those moments, that's not a time for me to sulk. That's a time
Yeah.
for me to speak. That's a time for me to
Yeah.
cast faith. That's a time for me to call forth the harvest that and God rewards faithfulness. And so that was me just kind of bringing them back, remembrance of his word and me encouraging my spirit.
Yeah, we need that. We need that. I'm telling you
Yeah.
because I'm like, okay, Lord, now you said,
You said in
you
your
said
word,
that.
and,
Well, what?
and
Why
you
this do, this do, this do, this do, this do?
and your word shall not return back void. I'm a type
Your
payer.
words.
You say you're a big to devour. So I'm speaking all of that. And that song came, and I was like, you know what? If I need it, then somebody else needs it. And so the reception has been crazy because I knew there was a little more urban sometimes um that disqualifies certain groups. But the groups that I thought would be disqualified because it was urban are the ones that's like they're making a
Love it.
quartet, they make it, yeah, they make it whatever they want to make it. And I love it.
Yeah, because they will probably say, well, where does it fit? It
Yeah.
fits everywhere.
Yeah. And people's like, but you're speaking to me because I've been discouraged. Like at the end, I said, um, because you didn't let your hand leave the plow, right? Because we all know, like, God, what am I getting out of this? Like, I'm working, I'm working, I'm working, I'm faithful. Where's
Yeah.
the evidence? And the Bible says there remain as those as the seed time and harvest. And so I'm just that in between time where waiting on the harvest is coming, and I'm gonna speak it. And so it really was a song of encouragement for me that I said, I'm gonna record this, and the reception has really blown my mind.
Wow. Yes, it has. I mean, it's been. I mean, I've been playing it because again, you're helping, you bringing
Mhm.
it back, bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back to us, and knowing that you're faithful in the ministry. You are praise and worship leader. Doing
Mhm.
praise. How give a shout out to your church and everything.
Shout out to the River Church Durham under the leadership of Bishop Ronald Godby and Pastor Carla Godby. I've been there since I came to Durham in 2012. So I've pretty much been there all
Yeah.
that time, and I've been a worship leader there. Um, and I'm over the music ministry, and so having to kind of manage a ministry of 100 plus people is always fun. And it's a blessing, but I'm so honored that they would trust me with this assignment still. um
Still,
and
yes,
just the development. I'm at an age, I'm getting a little bit older. I ain't older, but I'm definitely getting older than what I used to be. So I'm at that space where I have something to give the younger worship leaders.
right,
Stuff that was taught and stuff that was caught, I'm teaching
right.
them both.
That's what's and that's what it's all about. I
Yeah,
said earlier in the show, each one teach one. And
absolutely.
under your leadership, how important
Mhm.
is it to be under your leader?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Bishop Godby, I always say, is a leader among for leaders. And
Mhm.
so it's like for the ones who are generally the top of the food chain, it's always good to have another person who understands it and can speak to your position where you are. And so it's always good to be able to say, well, hey, how would you handle this? Right? Because in every aspect of my life, I'm the leader. I'm a leader. And but it's good to have someone who has wisdom, practical wisdom, and just the gift of wisdom to say, hey, navigate it this way because this could be. You know what I
Right,
mean? And so I
right.
think and also when I'm on a road, just having someone who understands that the road, sometimes I have to go on the road, but they cover me in prayer, or,
Yeah.
and I say, hey, well, I got to do this. Okay, we understand. Just know you represent yourself, the kingdom, and you represent us. You know what I mean? So,
Okay, don't you be out there acting up.
right. But he don't play that. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing.
It's a blessing. And Gene, as I said earlier, you're so talented.
I really
You're
appreciate that.
singing, you in the praise and worship ministry, you have your own business in
Hmm.
psychology. Tell us a little bit about that and what you're doing in that aspect.
Yeah, so I'm a psychotherapist here, a psychologist here in North Carolina, where I have my own practice called Peace of Mind Psychological Services. Um, I've worked everywhere from, oh my gosh, private practice, community mental health, prisons, hospitals, schools, churches. I love what I do, and so God has allowed me to meet so many different kinds of people with different experiences, and all that informs what I do in my practice. It informs my art. It informs my ministry.
Yes.
Because there's not too much I ain't heard. I've heard some beautiful things in life, and I've heard some of those depraved things. But
Yeah.
God has graced me to be able to help people walk through some very challenging moments. And those moments, also inspire the creative in me. They inspire the believer in me, because
Yeah.
there are some instances where I'm like, nobody could have brought you through this but God, and that
Right.
generally it ignites something in me to create. So it's a blessing. They both inform each other. My practice, what I do, informs my writing, because a lot of
Yeah.
them I may write to someone that mental, their emotional, spiritual, but my music and my belief in God, that also grounds what I do in my practice. There's a sensitivity I have to people, my
Mm,
discernment that
mm.
uh, people benefit from simply because I'm a
Yeah.
believer. Yeah,
And that's good because all of that works together when you think about it.
yeah, yeah.
Your practice, your music, the church, all of that comes together. And the next question is, how do you balance it? When do you have time for G? What does
That
G do?
I get that question once a week, and I always say, I don't know. Um, I'm grateful. I'm getting better at taking those moments to recuperate. I tell people all the time, you better know when to break away before you break down.
Yeah, yeah,
um you know and so I'm learning to break away to replenish myself so that I can be optimal in every role I have.
yeah,
But I think balance comes with knowing which particular role or gift is the one that needs tending to, or is the one that is calling you, right? And so
that's it.
there are some months I'm going to lean more into being an artist because I have more ministry days, right? But there are
Mhm.
some months I said, well, it's some people that need to be diagnosed over here. Some people need some evals for autism or ADHD. So I may lean more. And
Yeah,
all of them, I'm a worship leader every week. So that pretty much I have to balance that as well. But
yeah,
for people that are like multi-gifted Yeah, you have multi roles. You got to kind of know which one is calling for you in the moment, and that's the one I typically yield
Ooh,
towards. Yeah,
that's good right there. Which one is calling for you in the moment? I
yeah,
don't know, Gene. That'll preach right there. What you think
yeah.
about that, Pastor? I see my pastor is on. Hey, Pastor. But yeah, that'll preach right there. That's good. So,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself in the next? Actually, I want to say the next year because
Mhm.
things are jumping off for you. I'm sure that you put together a tour. What do you
Mhm.
see happening?
I am. So I'm still with Shiny Key Entertainment for my label. So I'm still with them, but I've just been releasing stuff independently. And I think my next move, I intentionally put out Increase, and then on my birthday on the 27th, I put out an unplugged EP that was
Yeah,
live. And I did that because studio was fun. I love creating, building, harmonies, layering. But I'm a live singer as well, and I think people have not been able to experience that part of me unless you have seen me
seeing
either,
right.
right, either when I'm out or when I'm singing. Because I still sing professional BGV, so Jonathan Nelson and Jason and everybody else.
Hmm.
And so unless you've seen me in that capacity, you don't know I can do that, and it's always interesting because that's all I've known when
Yeah,
people see me sing live, they're like, wait a minute, you can do that too. I was like, well, I was doing this first. This was
right,
first. I'm a
right.
worshiper first.
I'm a
Like
worshiper.
I'm a
Right,
PK first. The other stuff is because I love music and I studied and God allowed me, grace me to do that. And so
right.
I need to reveal that aspect of my artistry next. And so it's gonna be a live recording probably within next year. But
Mhm.
it got to be something out the box. Like I don't want to do what I've seen. And so I've just been praying,
Yeah,
like, God, give me something fresh,
yeah.
something that'll stick, and something that is authentic and it points back to you.
Oh, I love that. And
Right.
so for those out there have not seen him live, I have. Okay. I have. And when I tell you, oh my God, the
Thank you
track
so
is
much.
nothing compared to live. We were at the Kimberly Michelle album
Oh
release.
yeah.
Oh, gee, killed it.
Thank you so much.
And I always say Making with Jesus is my favorite, but The Blood is my favorite too. All of them my
Oh
favorite. You already know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All of them my favorite. But Gene, I'm so proud of you, man. I tell you
Oh
that all
man.
the time just to see you evolve and growing and where your life is headed in a direction, knowing that the increase is coming. All right. So
Come on.
keep speaking that life into yourself, into others. And this song is going to bless millions of people out there. I
I
cannot
received
wait
that.
to just follow your journey of what's about to happen. So go ahead and get ready. You talking about work-life balance. I don't know how you gonna do it, but God's gonna make a way. You
I
understand?
receive it in Jesus' name.
All right. Thank you so much, baby. Any final
Thank you.
words? Any final words to anyone that you would like to say?
No, I'll just say if I have to say anything is how for my creatives out there who maybe doubt what they're doing,
Yeah.
particularly if it looks different from what is out or what is popular. Trust you, trust the gift God's giving you, and trust that what He's giving you, that there are people, a population assigned to that sound. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of people are copying other people's sound, but that's not your population. And so there's a population of people missing you because you wanted to do what's popular. So I'm just in this space as God gives it to me. If it has an 808, if it has an acoustic guitar, if it has a flute, it's going on a track because I mean, if it's a doggone piccolo, a banjo or a banjo, I'm so
Yeah.
about purpose, and it really because you realize after a while, yes, we want to be successful, we want to stream and stuff like that, but the main thing is like our lives being changed by what you're saying. Like
Ex-
are people coming to the knowledge of Jesus Christ, or the kingdom based on what you're saying. And so for those people out there that are kind of doubting, if it's
yeah.
different what you're saying, do it anyway.
Do it because that's what God has given you.
Yeah,
You know, He
he has too much creativity for us to be doing the same.
the same thing. Be you,
Yeah,
boo.
be
And
you.
if you ask for it, God will give it to you. That's
Absolutely.
just I can only be Coco. I can't be G. I
Now
can't hit the
listen,
note.
and my
G's.
goodness, the Coco, you be Coco win. You hear me?
Gene be hitting them high notes like crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even think about it. So listen, I am just so excited, Gene. Thank you so much. I love you, man. Thank you
I
for
love you
sharing
too.
your
Thank you
gift.
for the continued support. I really appreciate that. And yeah,
You got
I'll
my
see you
message
around.
the other week when I said, can I play your song on the show?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I'm so grateful that people want to play it. I was telling somebody Sunday, I got a message that somewhere in Oklahoma, they were playing Increase, they was playing Blood Love in Georgia, and they was playing Make It With Jesus on Sirius. And I was like, what? I'm brushing my teeth right now. Like,
Wow.
God, what you would allow that. And so anytime people want to play it, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Yes, Oklahoma definitely come on because we need that Oklahoma to win. So keep
Yeah.
playing it, Oklahoma. I mean, Indiana, nothing against you, but I'm
We didn't
well,
know
God
we
bless you,
increase.
Gene. I love you, man. Thank you
I
so
love you
much. Thank
too.
you so
Thank
much,
you.
man. You
Thank you so
take care of
much.
yourself. All
Hey,
right.
you be blessed.
You
Bye.
too. That was Gene Hopkins with his new single that's out called Increase. If you don't have it, you need to go ahead and get it. It will bless your heart. But listen, last but not least, I have an old friend back on the show. He's been here several times. He's performed. I went to see performing tonight. I didn't even ask him. Well, if he give y'all something, that would be a good treat for you. But I got my boy Marcus Sammy Anderson is back with a new single, yes, called Only. So it is incredible. Marcus has been doing some incredible work in the music ministry. He was born in Baltimore, Maryland. He's also to a software engineer mother, also in the Capitol Records. So his family has been into music. Um, he's working as a visual arts specialist. He has his own business as well in the downtown Raleigh area. He'll tell you about that. But he's been dropping these singles as well, and I am just so excited for what God is doing in his life. Again, he's been on the show performing on our show. I mean, and he's such a praise and worship a leader. He has the anointing on his life. So I'm just excited about what God is doing for him. But we're going to bring him on. But let me just play just a little bit, if Marcus don't mind, of Only. If you could just play that clip for us.
I got to testify, yeah, testify. Gotta testify.
Oh yeah, thank you, Mark.
What's going on?
Get of it. I said only Marcus. Only. What's up, man? How
What's
are
going
you?
on? What's going on, Coco? What's going on, everybody?
Are you
I'm
excited?
so excited. So excited to be here. Thankful again to you and to Mark for having me back on.
Yes.
Thank y'all, family, it's always a blessing to be here with everybody. Yes, man.
And you just dropped this single. Only tell us about that. What was the creativity behind this single?
Yeah, so Only is actually the title of my album. It's my album. So what we just heard was Testify. That's that's actually track number 3 on there, I think.
3.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Testify. So Only, this is my first complete album. It has 7 songs on there. So it's like an EP.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my first completed project. I cannot be more thankful to God that to be able to finally release a completed project. It's been a goal of mine for a long time.
Yeah,
So,
we was talking back. I heard you and Gene talking backstage when you were saying finally, finally, because I don't think people understand how much work is involved in that, and the delays and this and all it's so much involved. It just doesn't happen overnight. So
sure.
I'm so grateful that you got it done. So it's out now.
Yeah, it's out everywhere on all digital platforms. So it came out June the 6th. And no special reason why it was June the 6th. That was just the date that God had for it. So that's when it came out. And we had a very, very small, intimate listening event the week before. We were at the studio where I recorded it, y'all. If you're in the Raleigh-Durham area, I want to encourage, if you're an artist, come check out the Artisan Collective off Gear Street in Durham. Queasy Justice. His studio is top notch. I'm telling you, this is a plug for you. Plug for any artist that's looking for a really great creative space. The Artisan Collective is really, really great. But we held an event there that week before, June the 6th, and I was able to have a small listening event and just to have the opportunity to talk through the process of the songs and get family there and inspirations of people who were there that inspired the music. That was really, really, really a special time for sure.
Wow. Yeah. So how did you come up with the title Only for the album? You know I was going to ask that, right?
Absolutely. So the title Only is actually the last word that's on the album. On the last song, the song is called Holy. So if you check out the album, the last song is called Holy, and the last word is so it's you're holy, 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 holy Lord. Yeah. Oh, holy, holy. Yeah, so
wow.
Holy. So the last word is only on there. So that's just, my wife was like, listen, just title it Only. That's the last word. This is who this album is about. It's only about God. And so that's how the title came.
And that's what I love about you. When you said your wife said just name it Only, because you are a worship leader, and several times you've been on the show, you led us into this worship when we was on the floor, and when you think about your album that's out, and it's called Only, because it's only about God, and we hear that in your music. I hear it in your music all the time. When I saw you live, all that good stuff. It's just, he's just really has his hand on your life.
I just thank God. I thank God for his grace and mercy and the testimony, like everybody, like Gene was saying, like everybody has their specific gifting and anointing and call that God, and sound that is so unique and it's brought about by their own testimony, that God has brought us through. And so many people say, I want to sound like this person, I want to do like this, but it's like, you don't know what they went through to get to that sound or to get that music.
Right.
So you got to walk your own journey, and I'm just thankful for the journey that God's brought me on. That just bringing that album about, it just really it was a challenging time also financially for me in my life. It just kind of, I feel like that has been happening in the atmosphere, and it started in September. Big changes started happening for me. I was leading out of church that I loved so much, and I just felt the Holy Spirit was like, hey, you need to take a break and step down for a while, and I just didn't understand it. But I was like, all right, God, I'm going to say yes to it. But that took a financial hit from me, and our business, our CMOS business, that was kind of like in a challenging space as well. And it was like, God started talking to me and saying, look, you put your trust in these things. Like these things were almost idols to you, but let me be the source. I am your source. I'm only the one that you need to be relying on and receiving from. And that's where like all the songs outside of 2 that's on there, Miracle in Me, it was already been released, and Happy Day is also included on there. So I know that's a favorite. And but the other songs came about through just that trying time of just really just like refocusing my attention on God and recognizing him as my source.
That's your source. That's it. And so do you still have the CMOS in downtown Raleigh?
Yeah, for sure.
Can you talk about that just a little bit? What you're doing?
For sure. Yeah. Every weekend, my wife and I were a part of the Black Farmers Market. So if you're in the Raleigh-Durham, Cary, Chapel Hill area, every Sunday from 1 to 4, we do a market out there, the Black Farmers Market. And we had an opportunity to network with a lady. Her name is Kimberly Thigpen, and she has a self-care store where it's all about you got all Black-owned businesses, first and foremost, that are like a collective there, and they're selling their herbs, they're selling their special food items, special skincare items, things that are tailor-made just for our community, African-American community. And we had the opportunity to collaborate with the store there, and also stock our CMOS gels and our teas there. It's been great. We're on our second year there. Yeah,
second year there. And I think so, Mark, the vegan lady that sells the vegan desserts and cakes and
Yep.
things there, that she's there because she's been on the show before as well. So that is amazing. So guys, if you're not doing anything on Sunday from 1 to 4,
Yeah, if you're not doing anything from 1 to 4, come check out the Black Farmers Market. Check it out on Instagram, Black Farmers Market NC. And we do an event there at Durham Tech off Lawson Street. And then so this upcoming Sunday will be at Durham Tech's campus, and the following Sunday will be at Rock Quarry Road at the YMCA, and it just bounces back and forth each week.
Wow, that's amazing though, because that means you attract different people from different places and everything. So that is wonderful. Please, guys, go and support them. But with the album, with everything that's out, what do you see happening for you